Club Festival is back, and today we're going to be talking about how to score high in it. Now, my club is at rank 15 right now because not everybody has participated today. The Club Festival has just reset. As more people do it, hopefully we'll move up a little bit. I do have a couple of people who aren't participating, so if they don't participate, then of course we have to adjust the club a little bit, as all clubs should be doing. If people don't participate in your Club Festival, then people should not be in the club. So make sure you guys are adjusting your club, paying attention to who is participating in the Club Festival as this one goes on. So today is day 3. We are going to talk about what characters I think just in general are best for Club Festival, and then I will show you a day 3 run. I will not be doing a Club Festival video for every single day just because it doesn't really matter. You can go to Discord, you can join my Discord, you can join any of the other My Hero Discords. And there's tons and tons of Club Festival help with people recommending teams and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. So today, what I ran to get the score that you guys saw, 346,000, which is pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst, right? But 346,000, my first run of running this team. I have not run it anymore. I got that score, and I used all green characters. Now, looking at the enemies that we're taking on today, you would probably think to run yellow characters to do more damage against Nejire. But that's actually not the case. This team right here works better than running the yellow characters. Okay, so I did try this with yellow characters. I tried it with, if we go in here at filter, we go to yellow, and keep in mind I do have pretty much every character in the game. There are not a ton of characters that fit the criteria in my mind that you're looking for. So when you guys are running characters, you are looking for characters who have AoE, who have multi-hit AoE, and who potentially have bullseye. Okay, now none of these characters here that are mind type characters have bullseye, but for today you don't necessarily need bullseye. On day 2 you did. The one character that does have multi-hit AoEs is this Summer Nejire right here, and even at level 110 she was getting killed turn 1. Okay, so it was difficult. Also, the enemy team is very, very quick. So because they're so quick, they're usually going to have speed advantage unless you sacrifice good memories that you want to run for speed memories, and then that's kind of rough too, which you don't necessarily want to do. So this team right here that I'm running actually goes second on turn 1, but because of Kaminari being here, I have turn 2 advantage because he paralyzes one of them, or usually I have turn 2 advantage. Not always, sometimes they'll be a little bit quicker, it just depends. Keep that in mind, but I don't have to sacrifice any of my memories is the main thing. I'm still able to run a crit memory. I'm still able to run the rat in a trap, which is absolutely goated. If you don't know this by now, this might be one of the best Club Festival memories because of what it does. So if there are any UA high students on the team, increases character's defense by 20% and decreases power of all opponents by 10% for 3 turns. Also decreases defense of all opponents by 10% for 3 turns after receiving 3 attacks from opponents whose power has been decreased. So that is really, really solid, decreasing their defense, increasing your own defense. This is a very good memory to run, and it is a free-to-play memory that you can fully DX if you guys are able to get enough copies. It is in the gear shop, so make sure you go and buy that if you don't already have that. Now, in terms of the best characters to run for this Club Festival, I already said yellow characters are kind of hard to run. Now, saying that Nejire got one shot does not mean Nejire is not one of the better options. She is definitely one of the better yellow options. So for yellow characters, I would say I would lean more towards this Nejire right here. I'd probably lean towards this Shigaraki. Actually, he's not bad. He's got AoEs as well. He can be decent depending on the day and depending on the characters you have. Obviously not everybody's going to have the best characters, so the Shigaraki is a okay option for people. You could run this Celebration Deku, who does have an AoE, and he has healing. Healing actually helps you out in this current Club Festival if you go and you look at the stage rules, right? So if you have int type characters, increases power of all allies by 10%. If you have a mind type character, increases speed by 30%, and then additionally restores characters HP by 30% relative to damage dealt, increases characters defense by 15% for 1 turn after receiving HP restoration. So getting that extra defense after receiving HP restoration is really good. So that's where that particular Celebration Deku could come in really, really helpful for you. So if we go to not sort, filter again, and yellow, the best characters I would say so far in my opinion for Club Festival out of the mind type characters that we have as options would be this Deku, this Nejire, this Shigaraki, and potentially I would also say this guy right here. Todoroki because he has the barriers, he has the multi-hit attack and stuff like that, and Shoji. I should throw Shoji in there. Shoji is actually goated. He's really, really good. You do have to have him, I would say, at level 130 to make him really effective, but Shoji, I've shown you guys a showcase in the past where I used him in Ultra Arena. Pair this guy up with the new Aizawa and give Shoji Pierce, and he can pop off like a mother. Like, he's so freaking good. Like, this Shoji is very, very up there, very good. Probably, I would say, one of the best mind type characters, actually. I can't believe I forgot about him until just now, but one of the best mind type characters you can run right here. So if you have this guy, he's very, very good if you know how to run him correctly. And other options would be like Edge Shot's okay, and Hawks is okay, and Dabi would be potentially okay, depending on the stage, right? But I feel like Shoji, probably number 1 best mind type character you can run, then Jirei number 2, Shigaraki, and the rest of them probably all tied. So Shigaraki, Deku, Todoroki, Edge Shot, Hawks, Dabi, all kind of tied for that other spot down below them. But those are kind of the mind type characters I would run or potentially try to run in this club festival. Now, as for int type characters, who should you be running? Well, first and foremost, these 3 characters are very, very OP. Bakugo, still the most broken, best green type character there is because he has the multi-hit attacks. He has AoE multi-hit attacks with Bullseye that can do 99k per hit, so you're breaking the damage cap essentially, which is just insane. He's so good, so good. And if you buff him with Aizawa, he does insanely good. If you buff him with Aizawa and Yayorozu, purple Yayorozu, who is another honestly good character you can run because she hides, even though she's not type advantage, you can run her. She's a very good option. Run purple Yayorozu and run the green Aizawa together to buff Bakugo. That's a very good option. Personally, I prefer running Kaminari because he has the ability to paralyze and staggers their skills, and it makes it a lot easier for me. And I feel like I actually get a little bit more damage out of this pairing right here personally, but you could always switch that up however you guys need. But these 3 characters, very, very good options. As for other green characters you could run Compress. He does have the AoE, he has the bind, he has the healing, he has the ability to hide, a very good option as well if you just need someone who does those things. You will be trading out a little bit of damage to run him, but he is a viable option you could potentially run. I would say this Todoroki, but his cooldowns aren't the greatest. Besides that, I mean, Getten is really, really good. A good option you can run as well. He has the Frost, obviously. A lot of people have probably been trying him out in this club festival. He is a decent option you can run as well. And looking at the rest of these, I don't think there's too many other green characters I would potentially recommend to like invest in and work on. This Uraraka does kind of get rid of plus ultra gauge, but like that's the least of your concerns here. You want damage, you're not really that worried about it, so she's not that great. And like Hawks has an AoE, but it's not that great, you know. So yeah, best characters I would say probably Compress and probably Getten outside of the top 3 that I showed you that you could run. You could always run Foe 100% as well because he becomes a tank if he gets to Fajin level 5 and he can just pop off and do big amounts of damage. But the problem with him is he only has single target attacks, so keep that in mind. Another option for a healer, if you need a healer, would be Green Jiro. I'll put her in here as well because she can heal. She does have AoEs. She just doesn't do the most damage, but she is a decent option if you lack like Yayorozu or you lack Steampunk Aizawa. So that in general is the characters that I would use in this current club festival. Hopefully that helps you guys with the remaining days. And with all of that said, we're going to take on this EX stage here and I'm going to show you how this team performs. All right, so with this particular day, you do have to reset if Mirio confuses you turn 1 because they are going to be faster, but typically my targeting goes for Amajiki first, then Hato, then Mirio. So we'll do the bullseye. I do use Aizawa second for a second successfully executed skill chain. I do that on Bakugo, and then I do the AoE. Hopefully they don't hit crits. Hopefully we don't get confused. All right, we did not get confused, which is solid. We get to regen some health right there when we do damage with Kaminari, so Kaminari now won't die, as you can see. If you don't get the paralyze or you don't get the healing back with Kaminari, then you lose right there, so you need to not get confused. If you get confused, then Kaminari gets messed up. And even with having paralyze on Mirio, you can see they are still faster, which is annoying, but we'll be fine. If we don't get bound, that is, I should say. A lot of annoying status ailments that could happen. Luckily, having Aizawa here kind of prevents that, which is nice. Alright, so now Amajiki is paralyzed. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to do this. The thing is, Mirio is now going to draw aggro. And notice that Aizawa is going first out of anyone in my team. Aizawa will remove the Mirio's draw aggro buff. And then the other 2+ ultras should go on Amajiki, ideally. $99,000, remove buffs, beautiful. And then 99,000 on Amajiki. 99,000 there, and another paralysis, which is beautiful. All right, and now we just continue with what we've been doing. So we do this, and then we do this. It would be nice if you get another paralyze right there, but not a big deal if you don't. And as you can see, he is already half dead. If we can paralyze him here, that'd be big because I don't want to have to deal with him, but we'll see. Did not get it. Hitting almost 90,000 per hit with Bakugo, though, is great. We did block his buff, so it's not like he's necessarily drawing aggro. I can switch targets if I want to. I think we're actually going to do it like this and see if we can get a paralyze on someone else. I think that's the better way to go here. Remove buffs. Alright, we did get the paralysis there, which is nice. Alright, and now we want to start shifting our targeting because the AoEs will just passively kill Amajiki, maybe even this turn realistically. So now we go after Najire on turn 7. Yep, he is dead, beautiful. And we got the other 2 paralyzed, which is great. Alright, and now we go after killing Najire. We should be able to get her pretty low right here. Did not get the paralysis, unfortunately. Buff block on her. When Mirkung comes out, it's a little bit annoying because she actually does a decent amount of damage, but it's not a big deal. We are able to do all of our plus ultras right here. Mirio should not draw aggro, but he could confuse us, which could be really annoying. We gotta hope we don't get confused. That is the worst part about this, is just dealing with the confuse. We did not get confused, so we're good. 99,000. Another 99,000, and another. No paralysis, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're still doing great. We're gonna do the AoE. And we should get Najiri pretty low right here. Alright, so he draws aggro. That's fine. It's okay because we kind of want Mirio low anyways. It's okay to target him here. Would have been nice if we got the paralysis a little bit earlier though, because then we could have just killed Najire. But we'll still kill Najire. It's just, it's going to take us a turn longer. Alright, so right here, what do we want to do? We probably want to go like, I think like this. This still doesn't kill. Yeah, we go for the paralysis on Mirio. Yeah, because we definitely don't kill with the plus ultras. We're close, but not quite. Alright, and now we're on turn 13. We will kill with the AoE here. We're able to do this, and we're able to do this. And we're actually going to get Mirio into the red. This will be a higher score than I got last time, I do believe. I wonder if we can... I don't think we kill Mirio, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. If we kill him, that'd be big. 99,000, 57,000. Yo, we did it. Okay, down to 2 characters. Let's freaking go. Yeah, that's definitely a high score. Definitely a high score right there. Okay, so there we are. Down to 2 characters. Let's see what that score is. 372,000. So, yeah, most people would probably think to use yellow characters on this day, but it turns out one of the best teams you can use is all green. Very, very good. Another option would be, like I said at the beginning, I feel like there is some sort of team or method where you use Shoji here, and Shoji just kind of pops off and wipes teams, but it's a very specific way you need him built and to use him, so it's kind of hard to explain, and it is what some of the higher up players will do, is they'll use Shoji, but I don't really have a good way to explain it, so there you go. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.